Hi, my name's Tiana Fowler. I'm a teacher at Kennedy Road Middle School. I teach 6th grade and I'm the grade level chair. Welcome to middle school. In 6th grade we are going to be using Google Classroom a lot, so what we decided to do is to go ahead and make a recording on how to set up your Google Classroom in the very beginning so that we can email this out to you all, the students, and then you'll have a resource so that you can do this at home if for some reason you're struggling. We definitely want to make sure everybody's has all the resources needed so that we can help you out as much as we can. So let's go ahead and get started. Some of you may be familiar with Google Classroom, but some of you may not, so I'm going to go step by step to show you. Before we can set up our Google Classroom, what I want to make sure that you're able to do is to sign into your Google account. Most of you should have been using your Google email, but just in case, I'm going to go through that as well. So we're going to start at the google.com. We're going to be signing in. Today I'm going to be using my daughter's sign in because she's no longer at Kennedy Road, and so she doesn't mind at all if I use her Google. This way everybody will be able to make sure when you sign in your name you always put at gscs.org, and you can see it there on the screen. Once you do that, you're going to be prompted to do it again. As most of you know, allison.fowler@gscs.org, and you'll have to type in your password, and if I can get it right, I think that is her password. You don't ever want to save your password. Do not now, because the computers could be used by other people. So here's her A. If you have a profile picture, it'll show up here. She doesn't, so she just has an A. You can go to your mail, and this is very important to know because we will definitely be emailing you some assignments sometimes. So I've already emailed her, but before I go into this, what I want every one of you to do is to compose. That means to make a new email, and this email is going to go to each of your teachers. My name is Tiana Fowler at gscs.org, and I have this little tree. So make sure you see this little tree by my name. If you misspell my name and say Tina Fowler, there is another teacher called Tina Fowler, and that is not me. So always make sure you have my little tree right here. Once you have my tree, you can click on it, and the subject is going to be contact list. What I want everybody to do is, before we start anything else, I want you to compose an email to your teachers and say, please add me to your contact list. And this is going to allow your name to be included on their contact list, so that if any of your teachers are making some kind of group group email, they'll be able to have you as their contact very easily. So once you add to your contact list, say thank you, and always put your name on any email. I want to go ahead and make sure you know, as you're emailing, make sure you spell everything correctly. This is an academic email and we want to make sure it stays academic. And then send. So once you send that, it says here your message has been sent. If you want to view the message to make sure it was sent, there it is. So her message was sent 0 minutes ago. Please add me to your contact list. Thank you, Allison Fowler. So we know that that's there. Okay, so now that we have, not compose, we don't want that. Now you can go back to the inbox right here. Now that we have sent that email, now I'm going to show you how to set up a Google Classroom account. I have emailed every one of you an invitation to a class invitation to come and accept the Google Classroom. If for some reason you don't see this in your inbox, you can go to this little launcher. This launcher is the little box that you see at the very top. You can click on that, and this is another way to get to your Google Apps. Here you see your Mail app, you have your Drive, which we'll talk about later, you have Docs, Slides, Sheets, lots of different things. But to get to the Google Classroom, you need to come down here to the More. If you'll click on that More button, and then the Classroom is right here. So click on that Google Classroom, and that's one way to get into Google Classroom. So here we go. You see how it's already up here because I have invited her, so she can either decline or she can join. If I go back to her inbox, it has this invitation, and I can click on the invitation, and when I click on the invitation, it'll say to join. So I'm going to go ahead and join it, and it'll show that I have now joined. She has now joined Miss Fowler's class. And that's Allison Fowler has now joined Miss Fowler's class. Okay, if you'll notice, this is now Google Classroom. If you can go up to this little, in the top left corner, there's a Classroom main menu. If you can click on that Classroom main menu, it shows all the classes. These are the classes that she has already joined. Well, she's no longer in 8th grade, so she is not going to need these classes anymore. So some of you may have classes already in your Google Classroom. So what I want you to do is to try to unenroll. And the way you unenroll is you click on these 3 little dots and it says unenroll. If you can unenroll, by doing this you will be removed from this class. You won't be able to see or participate in the class anymore. All your documents will still be accessible through Google Drive. Well, I know for sure she does not want any of her 8th grade material because she is now in high school. So what I'm going to do is unenroll her from her 8th grade things. And here they are. And here's another one. We're going to unenroll her from her science. She definitely doesn't want any 8th grade classes because she is in high school now. So unenroll. You can unenroll all of your classes except your 6th grade classes now. And there you go. Okay, so now some teachers may give you an enrollment code. If they give you an enrollment code, do you see this little plus right here? You can click that plus and it says enter class code to join. So once you hit that plus button, you can type in the class code. And the class code is whatever your teacher gave you. This one happens to be C8EZXJ. And we'll join that class and it should come up. Okay, so here's the KRMS, Kennedy Road Middle School, 6th grade homepage. And we have now joined that class. Okay? So I'm going to go back to all the classes. And here we have the Google Classrooms that we have joined are Kennedy Road Middle School 6th grade homepage, and then we have the math first period as well. As you join classes, they will populate here. Okay, so that is the introduction on how to start your Google Classroom, which is a platform that we will give you some assignments through. So we want to make sure that you're able to get in your Google Classroom. If you have any questions, you can certainly start this video over, or you can ask your teacher for assistance.